Yeah, today's first lesson. We are going to talk about definitions. Yeah, for example, road, crossroad. What does it mean? And intersections. So let's start. Let's start with the road. So what is it? Road is a public structure used for pedestrian or vehicles, cars, and so on. And road also comprises shoulders, so carriageway, dividing strips, and this kind of stuff. I will show you the picture after. You will see exactly what I'm talking about now. So, for example, this is a paved road. Earth tracks, road for bicycle, everything is road. All these pictures that you see. And here you can see everything that road comprises into it. So, for example, in the middle, you see the carriageway, the red line. Yeah. So, roadside, shoulder, for example, and sidewalk, road for pedestrians. Also, we have here oncoming traffic and appropriate traffic. So my direction basically and oncoming direction. Usually people think that a road is only this part which people use for car driving. Actually not, because you see, road is everything you see here in the picture. So many parts of it. So this part for car driving is only carriageway. So you have to figure it out to understand that. How do you think? Is it road or not? Parking place?
No.
Why not? Yeah, vehicles can move on it, of course, and that's why all the casual traffic rules works there. For example, we have, for example, right lane, left lane, so oncoming lane, our lane, and for example, right-hand rule is also working there. So that's why it's also road. Yeah, as you understand, there are many kinds of roads. They can be paved, gravel, earth tracks, depending on the upper layer. So here you can see all the definitions. I think it's not very difficult to understand, yeah? That gravel is gravel, earth track is like in the forest, some kind of roads. Paved is like stones or asphalt, this kind of things, yeah? For example, this paved. How do you think, this is also paved or not?
No, this is stone.
Yeah, so?
It's paved.
Yeah, it's paved, yeah. Sometimes people think that it's not paved, so that's a mistake. We need to understand that, I mean, the road layers, we need for priority understanding. For example, if we want to exit from the gravel road to the paved road, so if I am on the gravel road, I don't have priority. I have to give way to other cars. Yeah, we will talk about it a little bit later. Gravel roads, of course, earth tracks. So dividing strip. As you see, it's a green part in the middle of two carriageways, and basically this dividing strip divides two roads, no, two the carriageways, let's say, yeah, not road. And usually we cannot use it, of course. We cannot U-turn there. We cannot park there, so it's not permitted. Only if we have special signs for that, then we can use this dividing strip. In other circumstances, we cannot use it. Here also, dividing strip in the center, you see. Yeah. How do you think? Is it dividing strip or not?
Yes.
Why yes? Is it green or sand or something?
No, but it has the red
Cones, yeah, but it's just cones. It's not a strip. You see, we can check again the slide. Is a curb, green or other strip separated? So it can be grass, sand, on this kind of thing. So it's a big one. Yeah. So this is just road markings and cones, signs. It's not dividing strip. This one, how do you think? No, it's not. It's not a dividing strip. It's just safety island, let's say. Yeah. Area adjacent to a road. Another definition is a roadside territory where constructions visible to a driver from the road are located, and they may be accessed by an access road. Access road, yeah. So it means like a starting platform is adjacent to a road. Gas station also adjacent to a road, and on this on this area, basically casual rules do not work, because cars usually goes in any direction they like. Yeah, so they can be on the left lane, they can be on the right, in the middle. So that's why Traffic Act has this rule that on this area it's not a road, so then road rules do not work there. That's why. So, priority road. What do you know about it?
Yellow is priority road.
So I have priority. Yeah. For example, if I want to cross Crossroad, here you see in the picture. If I see this yellow sign, it means that I can move. I don't have to give away. Other cars you see, car B and A, they have giveaway signs. So they have to give away to me. Here you can see in the text also that I talked about before a little bit. Yeah, gravel road and paved road. So if I'm on the gravel road, I don't have priority. If I'm on the paved, then I have. Of course, if we have this sign, yeah, and I know that I have priority, it doesn't mean that I can move to the crossroad and I don't have to check left and right side, for example. Anyway, we always check all the sides just for safety. Yeah. Sometimes people don't understand the signs. Yeah. Sometimes people drive with without driving license. Sometimes they are drunk. So that's why you have to understand it. Anyway, it's very dangerous thing. Yeah. For example, yeah, here in the picture, on the picture you see, if I want to exit this gravel road to the paved, I have to give way to all the cars at the left side and on the right side. And you see there is no signs, giveaway or this priority sign, nothing. So I have to understand that. I have to remember this rule then. Also, we can understand that we are on the priority road if we have this kind of signs. This big line in the center, you see, means that I'm on the main road, and my main road intersect with the secondary road, this small line on the left. And I'm here, for example, here another car, so it means he has secondary road, I have priority road, I can go. Also, the sign gives us information. If we have secondary road here, it will be very dangerous to, for example, to overtake somebody on this place. Because this car can, every moment, this car can start and you will not see it, for example, or this car will not see you. So that's why it's also dangerous. When we see the sign, just move straight, cross this intersection, and somewhere here you can overtake the car. So crossroad. Crossroad is an area formed by any intersecting carriageways at grade. At grade means at one level. So we don't have any bridges or viaducts and this kind of stuff. The following is not deemed to be an intersection. For example, any place where a car park, common traffic area, resting place, area adjacent to a road, and any access road to a car park, common traffic, all this. This area is for parking. Yeah, this is a normal road for driving. And this intersection, I mean this one, is not a crossroad by the Traffic Act. It's not a crossroad, it's just intersection, let's say. Yeah. Crossroad only this, where all the roads are paved, for example, and they're all for car moving. These things like car parks, common traffic areas, gas stations, they do not form a crossroad. They just form an intersection, basically. So, for example, this is a gas station or parking area. Let's say it's parking, okay? And we have 30 here, speed limit. Speed limit will be valid until this crossroad. And here you can go 50. In the built-up area, we have this rule. Built-up area means city, town, yeah?
When you're exiting a city, town, you...
This rule is not valid anymore. We'll also talk about this later a little bit. Yeah, some people think that this place is crossroad. That's why they think that they can already move here with 50. But actually not. You can go after this normal crossroad. You can go with 50 after this only. Sometimes these examiners, they want to catch you on this. For example, we have speed limit, like I showed you, like 30, and you move 30. Many crossroads are already passed, and you are still moving with 30. Then he can ask you why you are moving still with the 30. Yeah, you say I don't know, so exam is failed, for example. That's why. But if you understand, you see first intersection, parking area or the gas station, okay, then you're still moving with the 30. Then you see normal road with a street name on it, for example, yeah? And okay, this is crossroad. After this, I can go with 50, and that's it. Also, we have regulated crossroads and unregulated crossroads. Regulated crossroad. It's regulated if we have traffic lights or authorized official like policeman or security worker, this kind of guys, yeah? And basically somebody or something regulate the traffic. Then it's regulated. When we have only signs and no signs at all, then it's unregulated. You understand that? Also, if we have traffic light blinking, yellow blinking, like in the evening or at night, it means that traffic light is not working anymore, and we are dealing with the unregulated crossroad then, because traffic light is not working anymore.
In this case, what kind of rule are we following?
Usually you have to follow signs, also giveaway signs or a priority sign, this yellow one. Usually on the every crossroad you have them. If you don't have them, then it's like here, second picture. Then right-hand rule works. Do you know what does it mean? Right-hand rule.
Whoever turning to the right has priority. So if you're on a main road or on an intersection, if you give a signal to turn right, whoever is coming from the other direction
Mhm.
You wait until the cars that are coming from the other direction to pass, and then you turn.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay, I will simplify it a little bit. Um, yeah, this is the car. Another car. It's me. And we have this situation. We don't have any signs. Yeah, like there on the picture. It means that I have to give way to this car. Don't matter which direction it goes, right, straight, or left. I have to give way to this car because this car is on the right hand. Yeah, you understand that? Yeah, you see also. So I give him away, and then I go. That's it. Here is another example. First picture. Who is the first who can pass the crossroad?
Those are unregulated, right?
They are both unregulated, yeah. You don't see any signs, so it's unregulated, yeah.
And then it's the bike.
First picture, bike, first, yeah. Bike goes first, and green car is the second. Second picture.
B go first.
B go first,
Then A, then the
then A, and then bike, yeah.
bike would be all.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. You understand why this car goes first?
It's on the right side of the crossroad.
Hmm?
It's on the right side of the crossroad.
It doesn't matter which side we have. Doesn't matter. It matters only that we are on the right side of this car. This car gives away to us because we are on the right side. You understand? Right hand rule again. So this car go first. Okay, disappeared. Then another situation. Who goes first here? Number 2. Yeah. Because this was on the right hand of this, and then it's the last. So the same there. You understand? Okay. So, like I said, you see now many crossroads and intersections here. So first picture with the parking and calm traffic area. Yeah, it means that they are not forming the crossroads there. Basically, on the first picture, there is now no crossroads at all, only intersections. Yeah. Second picture, the big with the bridges. How do you think? Is it intersection, crossroad, or something, or what? Is it a crossroad? Okay, let's ask.
No.
Okay.
Unless they're in the bottom, they're intersecting.
No, we are not talking about bottom, but
Yeah, but then, no.
in common. Why?
None of them intersects with the other one. Most of them are straight. So
Oh, no, okay, maybe. But also another rule we have. I told before about that. They have to be on the one grade, one level, yeah. Not like floors or bridges, yeah. Only on the one grade. Everything on the ground, basically. And the last one, this circle, is it crossroad or not? Why?
it's roundabout.
And roundabout cannot be a crossroad? Roundabout have many crossroads, so basically it's a crossroad. You see? Many exits, every exit is a crossroad with this roundabout road. Basically we have 4 crossroads, so of course it's a crossroad also. Is it crossroad or not?
No.
No, because it's gas station. Gas station is adjacent to a road. This?
Yes.
Yes, it's crossroad because gravel roads when they cross each other, they make a crossroad also. Here you see the border of the crossroad. So the border is like taking a little bit sidewalks for pedestrians. But here you see the crossing area of the carriageways. So basically only this part of the road that are used by cars, they cross with each other and they make this crossing area of the carriageways. Yeah? I'll explain this a little bit later, why we need that, why we need to know that. Let's talk about carriageways. So how many carriageways do you see here?
2.
Why 2?
Oh no, it's 1.
Only 1. But we have 2 lanes for driving. Yeah, oncoming and appropriate, but carriageway is only 1. Okay, here. 2 carriageways. Yeah, you understand that? Also? Okay. How many here?
3. Oh wait, 2. That's a bike lane.
Where?
The small one.
No, it's for buses.
No, then it's 3.
But if you keep looking a little bit further, then you will see that one road goes right and then one road goes straight. So basically we have 4 carriageways. And here also the picture. First picture, how many crossroads do you see there?
That one?
First picture, yeah, at the left.
There's 2.
Why 2?
Oh, the middle is a separator. Then it's a 1.
Only 1 crossroad, yeah.
But you have 2 intersecting places where cars are, or
Carriageway crossings areas, we have 2. Yeah. We have 1 crossroad, it's a big area. Yeah. And 2 carriageway crossing areas. You understand that? These red ones. Red ones is carriageways, carriageway crossing areas. And this blue one, big, it's a crossroad. Second picture. How many crossroads we have here?
1.
Also 1. Also 1, yeah. And carriageway crossing areas, it's not very difficult to understand how much it's.
4.
4, yeah. 4 carriageway crossing areas. Why we'll talk about that? Because some kind of signs like this one, the blue one at the second picture you see. This sign, for example, means that at the first carriageway crossing, I cannot turn right or left. I can go only straight. At the next carriageway crossing, I can go left and right. Yeah, you see it, arrows. So some signs work like this until the first crossroad or until the first carriageway crossing area. Like this. Speed limit works until the crossroad. So different varieties we have. Or the first picture, yeah. At the first carriageway crossing area we cannot turn left. At the second we can already. You see it, yeah? So that's why we need to understand what is the carriageway crossing area, what is the crossroads area, and that's it. Pedestrian crossing is a part of a road that's designed for pedestrian to cross the carriageway, yeah? So it can be signposted. Also, sometimes it has road markings like zebra. Sometimes, like you see on the second picture, we don't have zebra, only signs. But anyway, it's a pedestrian crosswalk, so we have to give way to the pedestrians anyway. Okay? So it's very difficult to understand what kind of place is it. Yeah. So that's why we have to follow these signs very carefully and very slowly. Have to move crossing these pedestrian crosswalks. Pedestrians also have some rules they have to follow. You can read this. So pedestrian may not walk on the motorway, for example. So he cannot move on the road without ascertaining that no vehicle is approaching, for example. Is the second. Some barriers or traffic signs that do not allow for pedestrians to walk. We also have this kind of signs. Walk on a carriageway with the dividing strip next to the dividing strip or along the dividing strip if no sidewalk on the dividing strip is provided. So pedestrian cannot use dividing strips if there is no special places, special roads, sidewalks for them. For example, you can see very often somewhere in Mustamäe or Ismäe people walk on the dividing strip, but actually according to the law they cannot do it. Of course, you have to understand another thing, that if you have driving license, if you are going to break some of these pedestrian rules, you also will get a penalty like a driver, not only like a pedestrian casual man. So, for example, you cross the pedestrian crosswalk for the red light, you just cross it, you get the penalty for that, and after that they can ask you to make a theory test again, for example, in the road administration office. And you have to pay for that, of course. So pedestrian may cross a carriageway by using a pedestrian crossing or at an intersection. Sometimes, yeah. If pedestrian don't have zebras or pedestrian crosswalks, he just can cross it near the intersection or crossroad. Like you see in the picture, basically. If a pedestrian crossing or an intersection is closer than 100 meters, a pedestrian may cross the carriageway only by using them. So if I'm closer than 100 meters to the closest pedestrian crosswalk, I have to go to this pedestrian crosswalk. I cannot just pass the road. No, let me show you. Zebra, yeah, pedestrian crosswalk here, and let's make these arrows like we have 100 meters. And for example, I'm somewhere here. Yeah. So in this situation, in this case, I am obliged to move back and go next. If I'm here, for example, I can go like this then. It's also not permitted to pass the car which is on the right side, like on the picture you see. Red and green. Yeah, green car is standing. Red car wants to pass. You cannot just pass it or overtake it. You have to stop the same like this green car. How do you think why?
Because if the car is in front of you, and you probably wouldn't be able to see people from across.
Yeah, because
if it stops, you need to stop.
Yeah.
Since somebody's crossing.
Yeah. Basically, green car is blocking your visibility, so we have poor visibility in this case, and you don't see any pedestrians. Maybe children, of course, for example. They are very small sometimes, so it's a very dangerous thing. That's why we have a rule: don't pass the car which is standing on the right side of the road. Yeah. And the second situation with the green and with the red and the blue car, the same. You cannot be faster than this blue car. You have to be slower. Yeah. After the pedestrian crosswalk, you can just be faster. You can overtake her, and that's it. It's not a problem. What are you going to do in this situation? We have traffic light, give away sign. So do you have to give away, or you can move?
If there is a pedestrian, you wait for the pedestrian, and then on the green light, yeah, you don't have to give away. You can go.
No, let's say to these cars who's standing on the right side, you don't have to give away.
No, because you have the green light.
Yeah. You asked in the start of this lection, what are you going to do if you have this yellow traffic light blinking? So, if it's yellow, we have a giveaway sign. Then you have to give away, yeah.
To the right hand rule.
Or right hand rule, yeah. So this is the idea. If traffic lights do not work, we follow the signs. We don't have any signs, we follow road markings. If there is no road markings, we're trying to follow the right hand rule. Then this is the priority levels. So basically, a traffic light is the boss. Vehicle is device powered by engine or another way, designed for road traffic or driving on the road, like bicycle. It's also a vehicle, actually. Power-driven vehicle is a vehicle that is powered by engine. But if this engine cannot improve you more than 6 km/h, so it's not a power-driven vehicle then. Yeah, if it's less than 6, it's just a casual vehicle. No, for example, I don't know, small bikes with small bicycles with a small engine. Yeah.
They can get more than 6.
No, let's say they cannot get. So, for example, pedestrian is a person who travels on foot, wheelchair or skateboard, skates, scooter, skis, kick sled. So everything is of this is a pedestrian. But for example, if a pedestrian is on the bike, in this situation he's a driver already. He's not a pedestrian. That's why in some situations pedestrian with the bike don't have priority. For example, on pedestrian crosswalk, we will talk about it also later. So, a driver is a person who drives a vehicle or an off-road vehicle or guides animals on the road. So, if I'm guiding some cows or pigs, I don't know, horses, I'm also a driver on the road, if I'm doing it on the road. So, driving instructor, a personal driving supervisor is the need to be a driver during driving lessons. But on the exam, you are the driver already. So you basically rule the situation. Yeah. So they give you permission to do everything you want, basically. No, according to the law, of course. And that's why they are examining you like you are a full-made driver, let's say, full-teached, full-learned. How do you think if my motorbike is broken and I'm walking with this bike on the road? Yeah, am I driver or who I am then? Pedestrian or what? In this situation?
driving it.
Why?
Because if he's not trying the motorbike at the moment.
I'm still driving it actually.
Aren't you going less than 6 kilometers per hour?
Yeah, but it doesn't connect it with the driver thing. Yeah. I'm still the driver because I'm driving this motorbike. I can move it left, I can move it right, I can move it back, straight. So I'm still driving. So in this case, I'm also a driver, for example. Engine is not working, it's another thing, yeah? You understand this? Okay. Giveaway. Do not hinder or do not disturb another driver means, basically. So if I give away, I don't have to disturb another drivers. So it means that another driver don't have to brake because of you, don't have to make some maneuvers, don't have to overtake you or go left, right or back because of you, if you want to enter the crossroad or intersection. So if I don't see any cars on the road, then I can move, yeah? If I see some cars on the road and I will disturb it, these cars, if I move, then of course I give way and I wait until they gone. Traffic accident is an event in which an individual is injured or killed or material damage is caused as a result of at least one vehicle moving on or off the road. One car is standing and one guy just punched it with something, with hammer for example. So in this case it's not a traffic accident. If he punched this car with the hammer when car was moving at least 1 kilometer per hour, so this is traffic accident then, because at least one car is moving according to this law. And this we need for traffic insurance, because if it's traffic accident, then of course this traffic insurance will cover all this damage. Yeah, if I'm not guilty in this situation, of course. If I'm guilty, so I will pay by myself. Traffic control devices, there are many of them. Basically, they symbolize our lives to that we can very easily to understand what to do, which way to go, how, and yeah. So we also have this junior driving license. Basically, when you finish your exams in the road administration, then you will get this junior driving license for 2 years. It means that you cannot go more than 90, even on the highway. Only 90 is the speed limit. So also it means if you get some penalties during this 2 years, so then 100% that you are going to redo some exams. Theory or driving depends of your penalty, basically. For example, if you were drunk driving and you had penalty for that, then of course you will redo this theory test, you will redo driving test again, and then maybe they can ask also to visit the psychologist course for 1 month, for example. So be careful first 2 years with this. After that, of course, also be careful, but if, yeah, you understand me, I hope. So maneuver is any turn or changing of lanes or rounding, and if we are doing some maneuvers, of course we have to show indicators. Yeah, so remember, maneuver is any turn left, any turn right, yeah, left, right, and back. If I'm overtaking the car, it's also maneuver, so I have to show indicators always. Categories of power-driven vehicles also. there are some kind of driving license categories we have here on the picture, and for example, now we are doing the B category. How do you think what A means, or C, or D, or E? Okay, I will show you the pictures. B. So it's a casual car, B. Yeah. You also can drive the small buses if you have B category. Only if its full mass is not more than 3,500 kilograms.
That's when it's completely empty.
No, this full mass. Full mass, it's when the car is loaded fully. So we have basically 9 passengers, some cargo. In common, it's a full mass. Full mass, yeah, with all the passengers, with all the cargo. So it cannot be more than this. If you want to carry more than this, then you have to make C category. AM also. It's a small moped. A person, for example, person born prior to 1 January this year, you see, is not required to have the right to drive this. If you was born here or another country until this age, you don't have to make driving license to drive a smart car, the smart car, or a moped, basically. If you are younger than this age, so you cannot. I don't know why this rule exists, but it exists. Yeah?
Yeah, but, I mean, you'd figure that if you know how to drive a car, you would be able to drive that small car.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't have driving license, you can drive this one then. But AM, it means that no more than these cars usually cannot move more than 50 kilometers per hour. Even smaller, 14 sometimes, 40. Yeah. So it's not really useful. No, only for driving in the city, you know.
Yeah, getting from one place to another.
Yeah. Some people I saw, they use it for Volt or Bolt food delivery. Yeah. With no driving license. Okay. A, it's motorbikes. Yep. Tuk-tuk, yeah. C, you see, full mass is more than this. And you see in the picture that C is only this track part, only. We name it like a head like this. But if you want to carry the trailer, like here in the picture, then you have to make another category, CE, combination of vehicles. Basically, with the C category, you can drive only this head, only car. CE, you can also carry a trailer. And of course, it's 2 courses you have to pass, C and after that CE, and 2 exams in the road administration. BE also, if you have to carry the bigger trailer with you, then you have to pass also a special exam in the road administration with this trailer. Is it clear? You can carry only small trailers, basically, with B.
Is this the same for the what is it called? The Ullarex, the small thing that you drive?
These smalls you can drive.
Without a BE?
Without a BE.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. D is the bus. Also DE is the bus with the trailer. These big buses, yeah. So build-up area science. Build-up area, as I told you, it's a city or town. Village also can be small village even. So what is the speed limit in the build-up area? Just to ask.
50.
50, of course. Out of the build-up area,
70 or
90 is the maximum. If there is no signs at all, you see this build-up area finished, you can go with 90. If there is a sign 110, you go with 110, of course. If it's 70, then 70. Poor visibility and limited visibility we have also. Poor visibility is a temporary situation caused by weather or another phenomenon. Also, for example, fog, rain, snow, snowstorm, twilight, dust, smoke, water, other things. Sun glare also, for example. And in which objects on the road are not visible from their background at more than 300 meters. Yeah. Also, they have these questions in the test. Sometimes they ask what is the poor visibility and what is the limited. So basically, poor visibility is because of weather. Limited is because of the mountains or houses on the road, buildings. So, for example, like here on the picture, I don't see what happens at the left, at the corner, basically, yeah, because of the mountain. So in this case, it's limited visibility. And of course, in these two cases, I have to reduce my speed, so I don't have to be fast, of course. Motorway. In Estonia, we don't have motorways. Special design place, only for vehicles, not for pedestrians, not for slow cars also. So sometimes in Germany somewhere or Austria, you can see this minimum speed limit, really. So it can be 50 or 40. So these smart cars or mopeds, they cannot use these motorways. And so, of course, usually they are all, you can use them only if you pay for them. Emergency stopping is bringing a vehicle to a halt, or is halting a vehicle when the continuation of driving is dangerous or technically impossible. My car is broken, so we have emergency stopping, and of course then we have to use this emergency lights in the car. Maybe you saw it sometimes. Okay, let's talk about standing and parking. What is the difference? You can read the text. Okay, you say standing for a short time, parking for a long. Okay, if we have a truck loading on the, for example, seaport, and this car is loading, this truck is loading 5 hours long. So what is it, parking or standing? Standing, yeah. The point is in loading and unloading passengers or goods. This is the point. Basically, if I'm doing this processes, yeah, I'm unloading something or I'm unloading the passengers or they leave my car, so this is standing, yeah. And for example, passengers unloaded and I still standing and making a smoke, for example, in the car or drinking a coffee. So in this moment, exactly in this moment, it's already parking. Yeah, because nobody is unloading. Passengers are out already. So basically it's parking. Another example with the taxi. If you order the Uber or Bolt, Taxify, this kind of taxis, Usually you pay by using your bank account. Yeah. So you go in, he moves, then you are on the place, you leave the car very fastly. So it was standing for him and for you also, because you only entered and only left. But because when you are on the place, and for example you are paying with cash, then it's parking, because it takes more time than you leave your car, because you have to pay and then leave. In this case it's parking. You understand the difference now? Okay. This understanding we need for standing and parking signs, of course. That's why we are talking about that. Railway crossing. Is an intersection at grade between a road and a railway, and barrier or in absence thereof the location of railway sign indicating a single or multi-track railway constitute the border between a road and the level crossing. So let's check the picture. You see the sign, multiple tracks. Yeah, the one on here is one track only, means this sign means that it's multiple tracks there. No, let's show it like this. Only one track for a train, this sign. The second sign means that it's many tracks. You understand that? Yeah? And this sign means also the border between the road and the railway crossing area. Like on the picture. You see the gray area. So this is the border of level crossing. Is it clear? Okay. Authorized official regulator on the road is a person who directs, stops road users within the limits of their authority. He also has a special uniform or signs, like a policeman. Calm traffic area. Try to remember the signs. We will talk about them very much in future. So calm traffic area is designed for the common traffic of pedestrians. So these areas basically are only for the pedestrians, but car also can use it. But they have to be very careful, because in this area pedestrians have all the rights. So basically I just can't sleep there on the road, so car cannot do nothing with me. No, basically saying, yeah. Lane. Lane is any one of the longitudinal strips, parallel strips, it means, into which carriageway is divisible. Whether or not signposted as such, or defined by road markings with enough for one moving line of cars. It means that if I don't have road markings, I don't have road markings on the road, I have to understand where is my lane only by imagining how much cars can fit in one road, let's say, on the road or the carriageway. On the second picture, picture B, you see that 4 cars can fit there. Usually one car is 3 meters. So if you have a carriageway 12 meters, it means 4 cars can fit there. You always have to imagine it, basically, because many places in Tallinn we don't have any road markings there, unfortunately. So that's why I have to understand it, like, in your mind. Traffic line. Traffic line is a line formed by vehicles driving behind or one another. So 2-wheeled motorcycles and mopeds may drive in 2 lines on a lane. Yeah, so we have lane. Let's say it's one lane. So car can move. Car moves here in one traffic line, but motorcycles move here in two traffic lines, but still on the one lane. Public transport also, for example, bus, trolleybus, tram, another automobile intended to provide the public transport service, for example, taxis. And taxi is a public transport only when the taxi is carrying the passengers inside. So if there is no passengers inside, this taxi is not a public transport anymore. Okay, how do you think who else can use these public transport vehicles, these public transport lanes?
Trams.
No trams, okay, yeah. Trams, trolleybus, bus, taxis, so who else?
Tuk-tuk.
Tuk-tuk? No. No.
Emergency is car.
Emergency, yeah. But if tuk-tuk is electric, so they can use. Yeah, basically electric cars can use public transport, these public transport lanes. So, no, Tesla, for example.
They can.
They can. Electric cars can use a lane reserved for public transport vehicles.
Why?
Because they are electric. It's like support from the government. If you want to drive this bus lanes, then you have to buy electric car. Also, casual cars can use it, but only if they are going to turn right or left. In the deep end, basically. Just for a few seconds, basically. But we will talk about also later. Sometimes we have we see the combinations of bicycle lane and bus lane also. So then in this case also bicycles can use it. Okay, yeah. Overtaking and passing. Overtaking is moving past one or more driving vehicles by exiting one's own lane. So like this is car, this is me, we are moving and I want to overtake him. So I exit my lane, like there is written, and turn back to my lane. So this is overtaking. But if I'm moving in the left lane already and I'm just going faster than this car, so it's passing. It means that I don't have to show indicators. I'm just passing straight. But if I'm overtaking, I have to show indicators then. So these differences you also have to know. Rounding the obstacle means the passing of one of several vehicles standing on a carriageway or another obstacle by exiting one's own lane. So this car is just standing and I'm not overtaking, but I'm rounding the obstacle then. It's another definition, if this car is standing. Like in the picture. And of course, if I have car coming, oncoming car, then I have to give way to him. Then he pass and I can move. This is the rule. If I have something on my lane, some obstacles, stones, children, people, cars, so then I have to give way always, if there is no other possibility to pass them. Okay? Temporary sign also. Usually construction workers use them on the road. They're usually yellow, sometimes not. And temporary sign always have the main priority, even the bigger priority than traffic light, for example. So temporary sign is, if we have temporary sign, so temporary sign is the boss. And I have a question then for you. Can you turn here left? On the right side is a casual sign, on the left side is a temporary sign.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can't. You can go only straight because it's temporary sign, and temporary sign is temporary sign has more priority in this situation.
Is it the same thing as the arrow pointing down? Is it going straight? That tells you to stay in your lane?
No, which
Yeah,
arrow?
The same arrow, except it's instead of it going straight, it would be pointing to your lane.
Like back?
Yeah.
It makes a place for a U-turn. Then we have to U-turn.
Oh no, I mean it's the same as this one.
Yeah.
Except it's, instead of the arrow being straight, it is doing this.
I know it's another sign.
Okay.
You will see. This one.
Yes.
Okay. You are too fast. About signs we will talk at the next lesson actually, but okay, I will explain a little bit. So we have a safety island, for example, for pedestrians. This is the road, yeah? This is a pedestrian, zebra. This is safety island. And on the safety island you can see this kind of sign. It means that you have to go this way. Basically, it shows you the way. So you cannot just go to the oncoming traffic. Okay? So, and this is the second rule. If we have a conflict between traffic sign or road sign, we need to follow the traffic sign. You see, road sign, it's solid line. Of course, maybe you know that solid line you cannot cross if it's in the center. Only breakable lines we can cross. Yeah? But in this situation, we see the sign that showing us that we have to go this way, we have to cross the solid line, then we can do it because we have a permission from this road sign. Which of these road signs is the priority, has more priority? Have more priority, yeah?
80. Speed.
No. A road sign, I mean road marking.
Right ones.
What?
The red ones. Those.
No, you see on the picture is a yellow road marking
Okay.
and white road marking. So yellow is priority. Yellow is a temporary sign, temporary line basically. So this yellow has more priority than white. It means that I have to use this yellows when I'm moving. So I don't follow whites one anymore, white ones. You understand? Right hand rule, about that we talked already. And crossing the intersection. Turning left, you need to give way to oncoming cars and pedestrians. You see here on the picture that when you turn left and there is no signs, no traffic lights, you have to wait in the center of the crossroad. You wait in the center, give way to the oncoming car. Also, you have to check the backside that there is no one who wants to overtake you, or maybe somebody already overtaking you. You check this. After that, if everything is okay, you check pedestrians. You see at the left side when you turn, when you finish your turn, basically. Everything is clear, and then only you can move. Actually, it's a very difficult maneuver, and examiners they like to use it on the driving exam, in Mustamäe especially, because there are many of them and they are all difficult. So these 3 steps you have to remember. So if you don't have any questions, for today we will finish. Thank you for your attention.